Check, check. Sorry, guys. Okay, it is 7 o'clock. I will call the meeting to order. I'd like everybody to please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Little Falls Schools' mission statement is that the Little Falls Community Schools work together for each learner to achieve academic and personal growth in a collaborative, safe, and engaging environment. Kelly, do we have public comments? Okay. Boy, why don't you take this? Oh, what's it here? Okay, we have a few of them here, so, okay. How about the second mic? Maybe. So the first one I have on the list is Sarah Morrow. Maybe I'll have you just come right to the front of this table here. Thank you. Second, Sarah. Okay, I have to do the public comments policy. Little Falls Community Schools welcomes you to the meeting of the Little Falls Board of Education. This portion of the agenda will be limited to a total of not more than 30 minutes. Individual speakers are asked to limit their comments to not more than 3 minutes. The board asks that all comments be in keeping with, contribute to an atmosphere of civil, courteous, thoughtful, and respectful discourse. Thank you.
Good evening, board members of the board. I'm here today to address a matter that is not only moral and educational, but legal. Students with disabilities have a federally protected right to equal access and inclusion in school programs, including extracurricular and athletic activities. This is established under the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act, and the Americans with Disabilities Act. These laws require districts to provide equal opportunity and prohibit exclusion based on disability when reasonable inclusion is possible. For 4 years, my son, who has developmental disabilities, has been included in this basketball program. He has practiced alongside his peers, supported his teammates, joined team huddles, and been a proud participant in every way appropriate to his abilities. His participation has been meaningful, positive, and beneficial to his social, emotional, and educational development. The district's recent decision to deny him participation stands in direct conflict with federal law and established case precedents. Inclusion is not optional. It is not dependent on athletic skill, their level, speed, or competitive contribution. Federal guidance makes clear if students without disabilities are allowed to participate, regardless of skill or role, for example, as managers or supportive members of a team, students with disabilities must be afforded the same opportunity. Removing my son from this opportunity is discriminatory. It denies him equal access, deprives him of meaningful inclusion, and sends the harmful message that only certain students are worthy of wearing a jersey or being part of a team. That is not legally defensible, nor is it consistent with the values our schools are expected to uphold. I'm formally requesting that the district comply with federal disability law and restore equal access to extracurricular athletics for my son and for all other students with disabilities. This includes allowing participation to practice involvement, bench participation, and team support roles, just as has been done for years without issue. I'm prepared to continue this process through formal channels if necessary, but I hope the district instead chooses the solution that is lawful, ethical, and in the best interest of students. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to the district's response and corrective action.
Okay, our next speaker is Kyle Hogarth.
Thank you, board members. Also, thank you for the listening session that we were allowed to attend earlier. It's insightful and I think important to understand what some of the ideas are moving forward for the district. I can't help but think about all the wonderful maintenance that our schools have had over all these years to withstand and to be as old as they are, but still in reasonable shape. But that doesn't mean they should never be upgraded or changed either. So thank you for that. I am Kyle Hogarth, a member of the community, business owner in town, and also president of the Youth Basketball Association, also on the board of the Youth Baseball Association. I'm here to talk about the facilities and the challenges that we've been facing with our associations, and I think in general, with the gymnasium spaces or lack thereof that we have. Our basketball association, separate from the school district, but using just school district students, if you will, in the program, has undergone some major growth. 4 or 5 years ago, we had 71 kids enrolled in the program, and we are now consistently over 140 kids in the program. This has been very meaningful to the families and the development of these kids. Youth sports in general play a vital role in development of young people. They promote physical health by encouraging regular exercise to combat child obesity, foster lifelong habits of wellness. Beyond the physical benefits, sports also nurture essential life skills such as teamwork, discipline, leadership, and perseverance. These qualities not only contribute to athletic success, but also translate into academic achievement and personal growth. Participation in school sports has been linked to improved academic performance, better attendance, higher levels of engagement. Students involved in athletics often develop stronger time management skills and a greater sense of responsibility. Moreover, sports provide a constructive outlet for energy and emotion, helping students manage stress and build resilience. If the district goes forward with some of the changes, if the voters decide to go forward with some of the changes, I feel some of the challenges with the space that we have will only get amplified, that we need to consider improved gymnasium space or additional gymnasium space in some way if those move forward with the 7th through 12th high school. The sports situation in our school it's important. It's not the only thing to consider, obviously, but it is important for our children's development and an ability to have that outlet without being on a cell phone when they go home, without getting into trouble. It's a great resource for our kids to build relationships with others in their community. Thank you.
Okay, next I have Chris Mitberg.
Chris is the school district's coordinator for our American Indian education program, and I asked Chris to come forward and share a few facts with everybody tonight. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you. So my name is Chris Midberg. I am a WIN teacher, also on the Native American Indian Ed coordinator for Little Falls Community Schools, and this month, being November, is Native American Heritage Month, and in celebration of that, we are displaying the tribal flags of Minnesota, as you can see over there. These were bought with help from a grant through the Minnesota Department of Ed. We have students from most of the tribes in Minnesota and some tribes in Louisiana, Cherokee tribes. We have 37 students this year, I believe, and it varies year to year. Some of the things our programming does for our Native American kids is provide tutoring if they need it, as well as rides home from that tutoring. We also take them on educational and cultural trips. One trip we've taken in the past that the kids have really enjoyed was to Awanami Ware Restaurant by the sous chef in the cities, and the kids really enjoyed that, and they even got me to eat crickets, which weren't bad. They tasted like the popcorn they were on. And that's it. Miigwech, thank you, and Ojibwe.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris. Okay, our last speaker I have is Nick Brzezinski.
Thank you, Board. I appreciate the time tonight and also for taking our formal note that we did submit as well. I'm Nick Brzezinski. I'm with the Volleyball Association, but what I'd like to talk about tonight is a much larger degree that the impacts have of considering multi-use facilities. And Volleyball Association is just one entity that uses facilities like gym spaces or multi-use areas during a calendar year. And I just really like to stress this to the board, and something to think about when you're considering this is hours of impact on our youth and our kids. Classrooms are used during the school year from 8 to 3:30 generally. There's some other activities that go on beyond that. However, multi-use facilities are generally utilized 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and on weekends. So there's 7 days a week for extended 12 to 13-hour days. And all of those hours are affecting every student, every youth, for every type of usage, not just sports, all activities. So I really think this is a really key time for the school board to look at this opportunity when we look at moving forward with changing facilities, to look at the impact that multi-use facility expansion can have. Because the amount of hours on every kid makes a massive difference. And these multi-use facilities can do that. Okay? So thank you very much. I appreciate the time.
All right, now we'll move on to the approval of the agenda. You should have it in your packet there on your laptop. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Okay, I have a motion by Kelsey. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, I have a second by Mark. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries. Next, we have the consent agenda, which is in your packet, consisting of personnel, approval of prior meeting minutes, and approval of financial transactions. I'm looking for a motion for approval. I have a motion by Dan. Do I have a second? And a second by Kelsey. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries. Sharon, we have a resolution.
Sharon Blue introduces the following resolution for the acceptance of gifts. Whereas the following have generously offered to donate to Little Falls Community Schools, therefore be it resolved by Little Falls Community Schools Board of Education to gratefully accept the following gifts. Mark Kirby, donation of $250 to Little Falls Community Schools CEC Former School Board Scholarship Fund. Robert and Nancy Keaton, donation of $250 to Little Falls Community Schools CEC Former School Board Member Scholarship Fund. Wendy and Greg Zilka, donation of $250 to Little Falls Community Schools CEC Former School Board Membership Scholarship Fund. Phil and Susie Prosapio, donation of $250 to Little Falls Community Schools CEC Former School Board Scholarship Fund. The Flyer Class of 1969, Family and Friends, a donation of $550 to Little Falls Community Schools Science Department in memory of Mike Valentine. Cynthia Valentine, donation of $60 to the Little Falls Community Schools Science Department, also in memory of Mike Valentine. Veterans of Foreign Wars Post 112, donation of $200 to the Little Falls Community Schools Flyer Fest. I am making the motion and looking for a second.
I'll second.
Thank you, Doug. We have an emotion and a second, and this is a roll call vote. Doug?
Yes.
Kelsey?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Julie? Mark?
Yes.
And myself, yes. This resolution does pass. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon. All right, next we have the Flyer Pride cards. Dan, you want to start us off?
So the first one I have is for Peyton Carl, paraprofessional, Lincoln Elementary. A big shout out to Peyton for his outstanding job he's done in his role as a paraprofessional. Peyton has a natural ability to connect with students and has made a positive impact throughout our school. In addition to his daily work, he's also taken on the role of Mav, our school mascot, bringing energy and excitement to our Flyer Pride celebrations. Peyton's enthusiasm and commitment add to our positive school culture each day. Recommended by Chris Dovis. next one is for Mr. Dobus, Lincoln Principal. I want to say thank you to Mr. Dobus for listening to parents and making adjustments at Lincoln Elementary. He's focused on student safety and cares so much about our kiddos. He does a wonderful job communicating. Kelsey Herzog, board member. Next one's for Molly Tabbitt, high school intern. My class loves having Miss Molly as part of our mornings. She's quick to jump in where needed. She has a bright future. We will be sad when she leaves us in January. Miss Cheryl Moore.
Okay, Sarah Rustad, Community Services Program Coordinator. Sarah is such an asset to Little Falls Community Schools. She goes above and beyond to ensure our students have access to programming that will shape them and give them new opportunities. She thinks creatively and is a strong advocate for our community. She's the best. Megan Semeniuk. Maya Jordan, long-term sub at Lincoln Elementary. A big shout out to Maya Jordan, our long-term substitute in kindergarten. Maya has done an outstanding job supporting our students and team. Her dedication, warmth, and positive energy have made an impact, and she'll be greatly missed. We're grateful for all she's done and hope to have her continue to sub at Lincoln. Chris Dovis. And Julie Mushall, billing and data specialist and special ed. The Mars world is quite confusing, and without Julie's help and guidance, we would all be lost. She's always willing to help solve a problem. I really appreciated working and learning with her over the years. Christy Halliday.
Tracy Atkinson, child care aide. Tracy is such a positive face and so helpful at Little Flyers. I'm appreciative of her open mind and willing to help out anywhere. Thank you, Tracy. And that's by Kayla Brewer. Sarah Samaya. And I knew that one. Sorry, Sarah. Sarah does a fabulous job in classroom. The students listen and follow her lead. Thanks. Cheryl Moore. Mark Deal, Operations. Mark, thank you for your ongoing support with all things at Little Falls Flyers, especially the new playground. We are lucky to have you at Independent School District 482, Kayla Brewer.
Becca Fritzler, paraprofessional at Lincoln Elementary. A big shout out to Becca. This is Becca's very first year as a paraprofessional, and we are so lucky to have her on our team. Her strong connections with students and her patience throughout the day have been a bright spot at Lincoln. Thank you for all you do. Chris Dobus. Lisa Salber, curriculum coordinator. So thankful for Lisa and her passion for literacy. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and passion with Little Falls Schools. I enjoy your presentations, your leadership, and your wisdom of literacy. Thank you for your help in getting our literacy curriculum organized and using the very best practices. Sally Heyer.
This one's for Allison Jayer. She's a teacher. Thank you for your willingness to help out with students who are having a hard time coming to school in the morning. Your thoughtfulness and compassion for those students is fantastic. Thanks for being a great teacher. Sabrina Hamler. I have Mr. Nolan Bjorgi, a second grade at Lincoln. Mr. Bjorgi has done a fabulous job with starting his teaching career this year. He is very efficient and organized, as well as kind to all. His students respect him and look forward to being in his class daily. A colleague.
All right, this is for Cheyenne Poster. She's a nurse. The care and attention you give each and every student that comes into your office is outstanding. I also appreciate your willingness to help in the office when things get busy. Thanks for all that you do. Recommended by Sabrina Hamler. Jan Reller, special education teacher. Jan has been an amazing addition to the CEC. Her ability to connect with our students, meet them where they are, and help them find success is outstanding. Thank you for joining our CEC family. Christy Halliday. And Katie Masog, activities assistant. Thank you for all your work as you've started a new role. You are rocking it. I appreciate your willingness to help parents when they come in with questions. That's from Kayla Gruber. Thank you for all those submissions. Right now, next is our student representative update, so I'll hand it over to John.
All right, this is our October review and then some updates. This is some of the recent events we've had: fall concerts, activities, the Halloween contest, the National FFA Convention, and the fall play. Our fall band and choir concerts. The high school choirs had their annual fall concert, and both of the choirs got to work with 2 conductors from the Concordia College in Moorhead prior to the concert, and it was a good experience. We learned a little bit of stuff from them. And then the bands, instead of doing the homecoming halftime show like we usually do, we decided to have a fall concert this year, and we had an opportunity to work with a group called Carver Street Brass, which is a group based out of Minneapolis. And then they put on a little show for everyone, and they played with both bands at the concert. And then here are some pictures from both of those concerts.
Some fall activities we had. Sorry, I can't see up there. The fall activities finished their season strong. We had football, volleyball, soccer, cross country, and swim and dive. And then we're wishing luck to the new winter activities: baseball, dance, gymnastics, hockey, basketball. Sorry. Nordic skiing and wrestling. The Halloween dress-up contest, Megan and I weren't there. We were at National FFA Convention, but there was a lot of advisories that participated. This year's winners were Mr. Masterjohn's advisory as the Lorax, and Miss Yaw's advisory as the Smurfs, Mr. Simonak's advisory as Zombies from Thriller, the music video, Miss Schlegel's advisory as Crayons, Miss Underhill's advisory as Bumper Cars, and congratulations to everyone who participated and those who won.
The Little Falls FFA chapter recently got the opportunity to attend National FFA Convention in Indianapolis, Indiana. The opportunity was made possible with the help of our alumni and supporters chapter. It was a great opportunity for all of our members, well, some I guess, to meet people from all around the country. The Little Falls chapter had 12 members attend and over 70,000 FFA members in attendance from all over the U.S. Alicia Holtz, a 2024 graduate, was awarded the highest degree given through the organization, her American degree. So that was pretty special. This is just some pictures. So we were actually, the convention was held in the Lucas Oil Stadium where the Colts play. There was a lot more kids there than what is pictured, but that was just some of it. And then the group picture on the right was pictured with some of our state officers as well. So, yeah.
The fall play was last week. It was The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. We heard it was a really good turnout, and Megan and I work out White Wolf, so we actually made their shirts that they wrapped around the school. It was pretty exciting. Everyone I've talked to who was in it was really excited about it, and they had a good time.
Here's some upcoming events this month. Tomorrow, we have our Veterans Day program at the high school, which will take place after second hour. Choir will sing a song, sing the national anthem, and we'll have some speakers. And then next week, Monday and Tuesday, is our 49th annual indoor marching band concert, which is at 7 o'clock in the auditorium. And some goals for the next meeting. We are looking to put together a survey for the students at the school to provide some data for the school board and ask some questions. Thank you.
All right, looks like next we have the superintendent's report.
Maddie and Megan, thank you for sharing the FFA National Convention attendance, and quite an honor that your sister achieved in her recognition at the national level. And John, I'm going to pick on you for a second too, to hopefully toot your horn. Your mom was telling me about a vocal music experience that you had outside of the school district. Does that ring a bell at all? Do you mind talking about that for just a second, if that's okay?
CCM, is that what you're talking about? Okay. Yes, I'm involved in a choir called Youth Chorale of Central Minnesota. We practice on Sunday afternoon and nights at St. John's University. It is an audition choir. This year we have about 80 people in the soprano, alto, tenor, bass choir, so boys and girls. And then there's also an all-girls choir, or treble voices, that is a little bit smaller. And then they also have younger choirs, middle school and elementary school choirs for treble voices. And then we have some concerts throughout the year. We had our first concert in October, which was at St. Cloud State University. And there were some other choirs there that participated with us. And then in December is our next concert. It's called the All Is Well concert. And that's our annual concert for Christmas. And we sing a bunch of Christmas stuff. And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of great singers from around central Minnesota. And it's a lot of good music. The All Is Well concert is, where is it?
Where is it at?
Yeah.
Bethlehem Lutheran Church.
Yes, Bethlehem Lutheran Church in St. Cloud. Yes. And there are 2 shows on Sunday, December 14th. Yes, good thing Mom's here. There's one in the afternoon and there's one at night. So if you're looking for something to do that day, come watch us sing.
John, thanks for letting me put you on the spot like that. And I just want to say, well, first of all, I'm amazed you can find time to do all of that. So kudos to you, and very deserving. And I want to say to the 3 of you, you are keeping up with the tradition of talented, involved student representatives to the school board. So we're glad you're a part of this group. Just a few things in my report. I'd like to give a shout out to the Flyer Fest committee within our activities office and our Ed Foundation and our communications and marketing director, Melissa. Just an outstanding event and fundraiser that was held on October 23rd. Really excited about the energy and the future of that fundraising event. Do want to give a shout out to Abby Snowbrick, who was the director of The Lion, The Witch, and the Wardrobe. Outstanding job. Today we had a professional development day in the school district, and thanks to you 3, probably the only 3 who had to come into school today. We appreciate that. A lot going on in the district today, from Avid strategies, quite a bit of requirements being implemented tied to the READ Act, a number of team meetings with our teachers, our CAP arts grant with our arts teachers was worked on quite a bit, and then our paraprofessionals were here a good chunk of the day, also being trained in the area of literacy. As our student representatives mentioned, excited about the Veterans Day program tomorrow at the high school, as well as the programs that have been held in the district. Another reminder from our work session school board from last week, this Friday is the grand opening of the playground at the Little Flyers Child Care Center. And if you want to see an amazing playground for ages 2, 3, and 4-year-olds, check it out. It's incredible. And that's 9 a.m. on Friday. And then I just wanted to say that the work session last week, obviously connected to the work that the district is doing related to finance and facilities, was time well spent. I'm very appreciative of the discussions tonight and the feedback that we've received, and I really look forward to the work session on November 25th at 5 p.m. at the district office.
Thank you. All right, on to new business here. Looks like our first item of new business is the acceptance of a proposal from Brothers Exteriors for snow removal and snow plowing services for the 2025 through 2028 winter season. So you should have a copy of that quote in front of you. So I'd be looking for a motion for approval.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion by Mark. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second by Dan. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next, we have an approval of policy 410, which is family and medical leave policy. And I believe that has just some changes, the updates regarding to the family medical leave that the state is implementing beginning January 1. So I'm looking for a motion for that approval with the changes. So a motion by Dan, do I have a second?
Second.
And a second by Mark. Any further discussion, conversation? Kelsey?
Are we still going to offer short-term disability?
We do.
And will that continue? Or will continue?
Okay, any other discussion? Okay, hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. All right, motion carries. Next, you should have in front of you, it's not an action item, but it's a thank you to everybody who donated to Flyer Fest, which is a list of sponsors, which is quite long. So if you were there, it was a really good night. Do we know a number yet? Not really, sorry. Is Kevin here? Is anybody, nobody?
No, we don't.
Okay. Okay, not yet. Okay, maybe our next meeting, so. All right, I see no old or unfinished business. Reports from board members. Dan?
I have to skip everything right now, so nothing.
Okay, well, I met with Mr. Dobis, and he was pretty excited because they got new furniture in their library from the PTA. So thank you to the PTA, that's awesome. Yeah. And the school is raising funds right now, looking for change to help buy toys for kids for school. So the Lincoln Elementary is working on that. I know Lindbergh is too.
Okay, thank you. And I have nothing to report, otherwise it looks like Sharon got a new shoulder, so.
Working on it.
All right, any other business to come before the board? All right, hearing none, I'm looking for a motion to adjourn. So a motion by Sharon, do I have a second? And a second by Kelsey. Further discussion? All right, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. All right, motion carries. Thank you, everyone.